So my hair is getting longer and it won't stay up anymore. So yeah, sorry if it doesn't look good. Hi guys, my name is Mikey, or Misha, whatever is easier to say, and I'm back with another life update video. So in the last video, I explained what these life updates are going to be about, which is my goals and my journey to try to achieve them. I also explained that I've created a list for these goals and that I'll be talking about at least one or two of them in each one of these videos. So as I mentioned in the last video, I do have quite a few things written down my list, and more of them are being added throughout the weeks as I discover new things I want to do. But unfortunately, in this dark and cruel world, not everything is free. So, of course, I added something that probably any unemployed teenager would add, and that's getting a job. It's easy to dream and set goals for yourself and plan everything you need to get there, but without any income, you won't get too far at all. Now, this topic is pretty much straightforward and there's not too much to talk about, but as I mentioned before, I kind of do need the income and I do want to get this goal done before I start moving to anything else. I am in the current state of waiting. I sent a bunch of applications and I'll just continue looking for something, but I don't want to be too picky again, but I also want to be careful what like my first job and first experience will be like. So while I do wait, I do want to talk about my first goal that I'll be striving towards once I do get a job, and that goal is screen printing. Now, if you're not too familiar with screen printing, it's basically a method and style of putting your own designs on basically anything. Depending on how you do it, it can be a long and tedious process, but it also looks very fun, and many people just do it as their business and their personal hobbies. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to make a business out here. I just want to do it because it looks really cool, and who wouldn't want to print their own designs on like a t-shirt or sweater? And I should probably tell you how this dream and goal has occurred to me because it is pretty random, but also pretty wild how it happened. The way that this started was me and my closest friends were in a Discord call, and they were talking about how they want to start their own brand. And while they were designing their like logos and graphics for it, they're also trying to figure out how we could get like these onto clothing apparel, so like t-shirts, sweatshirt, hoodies, and so on. So I got interested and I wanted to pitch in to whatever they were doing. So recently, about like a month ago, we had like a city garage sale in my area I live in, and the one thing that I like to look for in these garage sales is Legos. Because if you didn't know, I am a huge Lego nerd, and I like collecting different sets and just literally any Lego pieces I can find and add them to my collection. And for some reason this year, my grandma and I decided to like search through the whole entire town and whatnot. Because usually I would just go around like my little section of the neighborhood, but this time we drove everywhere and we found like so many good deals. I found so many good Lego sets. So as we were driving around and we reached the last block, we were about to head home. I saw this guy who had so many cool and old vintage stuff outside his garage, and the one thing that caught my eye was this giant blue 4-panel screen printer. I noticed it because my friends and I were doing some research on screen printing as well, and I asked my grandma if we could pull over. I go out and like ask the guy how much, and he offered me $30 for it, which if you didn't know is like an amazing deal because if you've seen it, it's in good condition, and if you look online, those things probably go from 200 to even 400. So after a little quick inspection to see how it is, it looked in super good condition, and he said that like his son only used it once and like never again. So I just took the deal, we loaded it up and head straight home. And at the moment I got the machine, I just thought to myself, wow, we can actually do this, because in truth, me getting this screen printer is like a huge start to this goal. And a few hours later, we got on Discord and I shared it with my friends, and I don't think they even believed it. So from that day, I just started doing a crazy amount of research, like everything you need to know about screen printing, how to set up the machine, how to make your designs, how to burn your designs onto a frame, how to distribute the right emulsion, how to like get it multicolored, and like there's just so much to it that you need to know. But to me, it's just like really fun to like do and just learn. So after we got the machine, of course, we talked about working on the project more, like for a week and so. But there was no actual progress being made, and that's mainly because we don't have the money to work with. Now, as I said before, getting the screen printer is a great start, and if I did my research correctly, it is probably the most expensive part of the project. And I'm not trying to make any excuses, but there are three of us, not going to name drop anyone, but one of my friends was like in the middle of like trying to find a car and switching jobs and whatnot, and the other one is like in school still, so we don't really have that much time to like get together and actual physically work on it. And we're also trying to figure out where we can have like a good spot and like a good amount of space to actually work this out, because you need to have it inside like in a dark room to not like ruin any of the frames and whatnot. And I'm just sitting here talking to a camera making these videos, so it does come full circle where I do need to find a job if I want to get anywhere with this goal. So as recording, I know this video is probably going to be pretty long and probably a bit longer than my last video, but I do want to share one more thing that I actually initially want to share in my introduction video, but it kind of wouldn't fit in, and it does tie into the screen printing scenario or project, whatever you want to call it. Now, as I was doing my research, I did come across this YouTuber named Eddie Moon, and he is also very passionate about screen printing. He does it really well, he explains the stuff really well, and he has this whole studio, but he only has 2 videos about it. Now, don't get me wrong, the 2 videos he made are really good, but just out of my curiosity, I was wondering why he didn't make any more, so I did dig deeper into his channel. And let me tell you, this guy is so talented. Not only is he good at printing, but he can do good vlogs, he does good reviews, and he's just good at filming and editing in general. I also left out probably his biggest passion, which is dancing. And on top of all that, he does it for the will of God. So as I was watching a bunch of his videos, I was really inspired, but also like really jealous of like the life he had and the way he was living it. And to be honest, his channel was probably like the biggest motivation for me to actually like create this channel and like create the videos I do and like set all these goals I want to do in life. I do want to share one of his videos he made, which he also unlisted, but I managed to find it, so I'll leave it link in the description. But it's basically him explaining how his dream started and what led him to do what he was doing at the moment. And that video was actually a huge inspiration of me just making that introduction video. So if you are a Christian looking for inspiration, I do recommend like looking into his channel. You have to probably dig deeper, because if you look at all his latest videos right now, all you'll probably find will be like crypto and investing videos, which I get because at the time that's what a lot of people were into, and even Michael Reeves did a video on it. But if you do dig deeper into his channel, like scroll down or look at the playlist, he's done a bunch of cool other videos and vlogs, and I just recommend you to go check him out. So with all that said, I don't think I need to add any more because this video is already long enough. I will be updating my job hunt progress, and if something happens, I will make another video, which is probably the reason I'm actually making this video, is to update you guys what my current state of life is. So I'm going to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day, great night, and remember to trust in God always.